Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic. Breaking news, Betty White has passed away at age 99. Since a lot of people are asking why is this posted in r/Askreddit, we're going to answer it one time here instead of replying to each comment. r/Askreddit makes mega threads or breaking news posts when the subreddit is receiving, or is expected to receive, a large influx of posts about a single topic for a period of time. It's been done for other notable deaths in the past as well. We're removing and redirecting all related posts into this one so that people who aren't interested in this topic can still browse other things in the community. If you aren't interested in this post, feel free to use the hide button. We figure it would be easier for everyone to hide one post if they aren't interested in the topic than dealing with lots of threads. For further information about breaking news threads, mega threads and mod posts, please see this section of the wiki. Thanks for reading, and if you have feedback you are welcome to send it to modmail. 17 days and she would have been 100. RIP. She checked out early so as to not ruin 2022. Exactly what my husband said about it. Had this happened tomorrow, it would have been the worst kind of start to 2022. Edit, bunch of pedantic MFs on here. She lived and died in the US, where it is still 2021. She posted on her Twitter 3 days ago saying she was so excited for her 100th birthday and to celebrate it with People's Magazine. Doubt she posted it herself tbh. Shit, I just saw one of those memes a few days ago that bait you into thinking someone's dead about her. It went along the lines of at 7:30 this morning, Betty White was found alive, probably having breakfast. I thought this was the same meme too. https://www.reddit.com/r/titeristic/comments/rosfog. This one. Yeah, that exact one, kind of gives me chills now. I remember seeing an interview where Betty White explained that her parents taught her very early to never be afraid of death because those who pass away finally get to discover the secret of what happens when we die. Now, Betty knows the secret. Boy, I remember on the farm in St. Olaf, when we'd get depressed, Grandma could always cheer us up. She'd take out her dentures and take a healthy swig of the aquarium and then hold a flashlight under her chin, so we could watch the goldfish swim from cheek to cheek. Boy, we could have watched them all day, but visiting hours were only from 10 to 4. Dare I say it? Shut up, Rose. I'll miss you. This was in the early 50s, but my favorite moment is when Betty invited a black American to her show but got tons of flack for bringing him on to the point where a boycott would happen. So she told them, I'm sorry. Live with it. Anyway, she gave that guy more airtime on her show afterwards. Arthur Duncan. He was a tap dancer. They also cancelled her show a week later. I think she won that fight in the long run. Yeah, she was an amazing person and advocated for a lot of people who were otherwise not given the same eyes as everyone else in the entertainment and media industry. I can't find the clip or video, but from my best recollection of her interview on Inside the Actors Studio. James Liptow, and finally, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates? Betty White, welcome, here's Alan. Betty's late husband Alan Ludden from 1963 to 1981. I hope this happened for her. Edit typo and thanks for the award. Edit 2, wow, thanks for all the upvotes. I used to love watching Inside the Actors Studio, because the interviews were so different and focused on the actors' work. I remember Betty White's interview was done after B. Arthur passed away, I believe. During her interview she really talked about how much she truly loved Alan Ludden. Golden Girls came at a pivotal time in her career, as she was recently widowed and wondered what else was left for her to do. So during the 10 famous questions James Liptow always ended his interview with, this last answer was the one that always stuck with me, out of everyone else's. It was so sweet and simple. I can't remember her favorite curse word. Edit 3, son of a bitch from you/Matilda Bewilder. She never remarried after his death in the 80s. He was absolutely her soulmate and I hope she was greeted by him. I'm sure Alan and Betty are in heaven right now getting ready to have a New Year's Eve dance. It's really all we can hope for at the end of all of this. To see our loved ones and maybe get invited to dog heaven. I'm sure I'll spend eternity in hell with the cats. My first thought was she was with her beloved Alan now. Loved her cameos and pretty much everything about Rose in the Golden Girls. That lady was as sharp as a tack. Some of my favorites. So you may not be as fast on your feet, and the image in your mirror may be a little disappointing, but if you are still functioning and not in pain, gratitude should be the name of the game. From her book if you ask me, and of course you won't. I like double entendres because then the people who get it enjoy it, and the people who don't get it don't know about it. My philosophy for staying young is, to act bubbly every day. Drink bubbly every birthday. Having a glass on you tonight. Edit, cannot spell. What a legend. I remember we all said that she would live forever with Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, and the Queen. She was an advocate for racial and gender equality in the entertainment industry, was kind, witty, and sassy as fuck. My favorite quote from her was, "Why do people say grow some balls? Balls are weak and sensitive. If you wanna be tough, grow a vagina. Those things can take a pounding." Edit, okay, so apparently she didn't say that. I always thought she did, but it must have been misattributed. However, in her 2011 book, she did say, "My mother always used to say, the older you get, the better you get. Unless you're a banana." Which I think is very true in regards to Betty White. But also I'm sure because I like banana bread. She was also a big animal activist as well. One of the things I liked about her social stances, is that she didn't do things for grandstanding, photo ops, or selective rage. She applied what she believed into her daily life with no regard to recognition. That's the kind of badassery that makes your name live longer than your deeds. Amazing woman. Misattributed White told Cragg, "That's what I hate about Facebook and the internet. They can say you said anything. I never would have said that. I'd never say that in a million years. This thread is going exactly as expected." Met Betty White in either 2010 or 2011 in La at an animal welfare event as a student from my HBCU. This is important to mention. There was no special one-on-one interview or anything like that, but she made sure to come around and speak to the volunteers and various groups of students. My group was about 13 or so totally, but she spent a comfortable 30 minutes or so at our table talking, laughing, joking with us about animal rights, Los Angeles things to get into and where not to go lol, and even her work during the 60s to help promote HBCUs, gay and black rights. She was one of the humblest, most joyful celebrities I've ever met. She had this big important event going on and she chose to spend at least 30 minutes of her day talking to a bunch of 20-year-olds from South Carolina about some of everything. It was like talking and joking with one of our grandmothers. That's how loved and welcomed she made us felt. HBCU equals historically black college and university. Any time an animal advocate leaves this planet is a sad day. All the more reason for the rest of us to step up the game of life. This is a sad day. The silver lining my wife came up with is that it's better to have happened at the end of 2021, rather than to have started 2022 with her passing. R.I.P. Betty, you will be missed. An unfortunately fitting end to a shit year. Cries in Australian. The Golden Girls, specifically the episode where a lesbian falls in love with Rose, her character, and it becomes a wholesome tale of acceptance and tolerance. I love the one when she thinks she may have AIDS. And she says, "But I'm a good person," and Blanche comes back at her that AIDS is not a bad person's disease, it has nothing to do with morality, it affects lots of kinds of people. That was amazingly brave to say in the 80s when people still called AIDS gay cancer and churches refused to hold funerals for men who died of AIDS. A lot of people won't realize how brassy it is to play the character that has that take. Powerful. The Golden Girls don't get enough recognition for how advanced the views they put across on a mainstream show were. So true. We watched it all the time as kids. I'm sure a lot went over my head when I was younger, but not as I grew up with Gigi. They were accepting of each other and of everyone. Kinda morbid considering the news, but I thought her piss on 30 Rock was hilarious. LMAO, it reminds me of that one Askreddit thread where that one user was joking about how Stephen Hawking was still alive, only for the next day for him to pass. Some Redditor got Harper Lee too. A few years ago we had this very French guy who died and the press and TV programs wouldn't shut up about it. I was in training and a friend said, "Imagine when Johnny Hallyday is gonna die." He was France's most popular performer for 50 years, he died like 2 days later. My friend thought he killed him lol. Another 30 Rock throwaway was the 80 Under 80 list celebrating everyone except Betty White. I loved that. Also, Tina Fey was one of the people they had on hand when she hosted SNL. If she didn't have the energy, Tina would have taken over. Betty White powered through for the full show. And then, according to Seth Meyers, the only SNL host I ever saw get a standing ovation at the after party. A party at which she ordered a vodka and a hot dog and stayed till the bitter end. https://twitter.com/sesmeyers/status/147700501968148888898